than 30 years' experience in the retirement living industry. For our guests this morning, what's your best advice on how to choose a retirement living village? What should you look for?
With 30 years' experience, I probably started when I was about 8 years old. So, no, I have been in this industry a long time, and I've been in this industry working for some of the large players. About 25 years ago, Aveo, before it was called Aveo, it was FKP Retirement Homes, a business called Retire Australia. And I have to admit, after 20 years working for a big corporate, I got a little bit disillusioned with big corporates running retirement villages. This is not a criticism of them. This was just a case that I think we could do retirement a lot better. And we can do it a lot better if we stay boutique, if we stay focused on our residents and our clients. And that goes to my first point, what people should look for when they move into a retirement village. And there's some wonderful operators out there. So this is what I think you should look for. First and foremost, the operator. And it was a good segue into what I just said. You need an operator that's got a culture of residents first. By residents first, that is a case of every time we come into one of our villages, and unlike my times at Aveo and Retire Australia when I was running those businesses, I'd see our villages once a month or once every couple of months. Myself, Craig Cyphers, our COO, and the two other executive managers of this business are in each of our villages every day. And we're not there just to get platitudes from people. We want feedback from people. What's going right? What's going wrong? We learn more about what's going wrong and being able to do something about it without having to go through 6 or 7 levels of management. You're talking to the people who own the business and run the business. But you also need that kind of culture of being really proud of people having fun, looking around and looking in terms of our residents and seeing them happy, seeing them well. And it's very, very important that your move to this next stage of your retirement years is focused on wellness. Because guess what? If you're happy too, you're great recommenders for my business and I can make sales. I don't regale from that. I'm very positive about that. So look at the operator. You know, where is the operator? Is the operator in the business and how often they're in the business? The second thing you should look at, and I was talking to a couple of ladies before, is location. Find a retirement village which is generally within a 10K radius of where you've lived, whether it's 2 years or 50 years. Because guess what? That's where your family and friends are, generally. And community is absolutely everything. And I think you would have found that when we went through the pandemic, that isolation in your own homes just is not fun. What we focused on and what Craig drove in our village was, in those situations, we still were isolating, but we were very community focused. And if you can come into a community of like-minded, like-age people, you can actually, that's the qualitative aspect of retirement living. You want to be in a location that is close to where you've spent a fair bit of your time living, albeit I know in this village and our other 3 villages at Sanford, Hope Island and Carindale, we get people coming from different areas, but that's generally the rule. In terms of location, you also want to be close to health services. As we get old and we age, we need health services, and we can't ignore that. I think Simon's going to talk a little bit about ageing in place in retirement villages a bit later on, but you need to have proximity to hospitals. You need to have proximity to health services. You need to have proximity to shopping. All those, you know, a bit of retail therapy always helps quite a bit as well. And what I do like about this community here is it's very connected to all those facets. The third thing you need to look at are the services and amenity within the village. Retirement living is more than bricks and mortar, but you need to ensure, what can I have? If I live in an apartment, I live out in a villa, and I say to our residents, you know, come in here, don't use your air conditioning, come in here and use the community centre's air conditioning on a hot day. Come and have a cup of coffee, go to the gym, go to a hydrotherapy lesson, go to a water Pilates lessons, which are all in here. I think, and Craig speaks about it a bit later on, we have 100 activities a month happening here at Brookland. So you want an engaged community. You want a community that's got those activities that you can opt in and out of. It's as simple as that. And the final thing that I would ask you to consider is care and ageing in place. It's a corporate term, Kay. I don't actually like saying it, but we've all got to embrace it. And once again, Simon's going to talk about that a little bit later on. You need to know that there is a care solution, a care support solution for you going forward. We're partnering with 5 Good Friends. They're our strategic care advisor and provider. They put a care concierge in our village. So a couple of days a week here at Brooklyn at no cost to you. And when you go through the vagaries of my aged care, those of you who have done it for yourselves and or your parents, you'll know that it's a winding road. We have an expert here to help you through it and to take you through that journey. So they're really the 4 things, Kay. I think the operator, location, services and amenity, and care support.
Brilliant. And I saw a lady doing a few laps in the pool this morning. I'm just a little disappointed that the bar's not open yet. We might get to that.
They're the wellness parts of it.
Yeah, exactly.